These are the instructions on how to fix your headline, subheadline, and page by. First, open up your page. I'm using Lexia's Career and Technology Education Department Clubs page. This is a great layout. You should have a dominant picture, an area for people being quoted. Hers happens to need a place for awards. Some of you with your clubs and your sports need that, and then plenty of pictures for candid or action shots. First thing to do is click over here on templates. And it looks blank, but it's not. There's a teeny tiny page by on there. Click and drag that over and say add. We'll get to that in a minute. You can actually redock this if you want to. Let's zoom in on headline. You can use the percentage over here, the zoom levels. I use the shortcut on the keyboard, hold down control, then go plus, 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 and it takes me right to the headline. First thing I'm going to do is highlight headline, and I'm going to change it to her actual headline, CTE clubs. It needs to be in all capital letters. Now, let's say your thing is longer than that. That's fine. If it goes over your picture here, just make the box longer. If you need to, go to Object, Bring to Front. But hers actually fit just right. We're not going to need this stuff at the end. Do make sure it's all capital letters. Then, using our brainstorming activity the other day, let's fix the subheadline, highlight that. And one of her examples was hands on learning. Any words that are 4 letters or more need to be capitalized, like hands and learning. Then I'm going to take my arrow key and do my best to line up the G on learning with the S on clubs. Make it right justified, or make these two line up on the right. Then, shortcut to see everything is Control-0 on the keyboard. Then let's go down here to your page by. Click on it. Control plus 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 takes us right there. It's important to not move this box. Everyone's going to be exactly in the same place. So take your text tool and type your name where it says name. Make sure the capitalization are correct. Capital L on your first name, capital on your last name. Nickname is fine. If you go by a nickname like, Maddie instead of Madeline, it's going to have a blue squiggly underneath it, and that's perfectly fine. When you're done, let's zoom back out. And I'm going to show you one trick that you may or may not need to use sometime this year. If I'm looking at pictures on the page, I'm going to plug in 2 random pictures here and here. Okay, let's say Lexia later on is working on the career and technology page, the clubs page, and she wants to switch these two. Rather than having to find those pictures again, you can click on one picture, hold down your shift key, click on another picture, and it puts a blue box around both. Go to Object. Where did it go? Swap images. There we go. Swap images. Okay. If you change your mind, and you would have to refix some of the cropping, but it's a fast way to swap things around on your page. One last thing I forgot to tell you when we were down here. Click on that box where you typed in your name so that we are for sure not going to move that and everyone's in the same position for the rest of the year. Go to Object, Lock Object. Now it has a little lock on there. Now I can't move her name anywhere. I can change the words on it, but I can't move the box itself. That way it will never move. You will not be able to change the page number, the page title, or the chapter name over here. This is called part of our folio. It's actually on a whole nother page. It sits in the background of this, so don't worry about having, ever accidentally moving any of those. But since we added this to the page, let's make sure it's locked before we close. So that's what you should do today: your headline, subheadline, page by, and tinker with, switching pictures out. That will help you later on.